This is the screen J. Is it really that type of is what with the it's a little bit what? Okay. Whoa, guys. So sorry about the technical stuff, making the show a little bit late. I'm so sorry, but I had everything set up. I came up and it's like, it didn't work. Especially the camera. So if the camera wasn't working, it's like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But you guys are here now. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see who's in the chat. Dude, it's Adrian Lee McGill. Thank you, man. He's also from Vancouver, but with me in Japan right now. We got some other people actually in Vancouver. Greetings, everyone from Vancouver, Ricky Lee says. Thank you so much for coming here, Ricky. We appreciate it for sure. And then we got Michael S. from Surrey, not sorry, giving me the vibe that this music is seductively aggressive. No, not seductively suggestive. Not aggressive. But Adrian's like, it's a little quiet with the vocals, but the music is fine. Okay, cool. How are the vocals now? Are they coming out okay? I hope it's still seductively suggestive with me here on the radio, on the mic. Okay, guys, thank you so much. We've got an exciting, crazy show for you today. We are going to talk about smartphones as a travel camera. Yes. So this episode is for those people who have, decided to come to Japan and are asking themselves, should I bring my camera? And my simple answer is, yeah, why yes, of course. Japan is one of the most interesting and most scenic places. You're going to want to definitely take photos and capture those moments of your time here. But maybe you don't have a dedicated camera. Maybe you don't have a DSLR or a mirrorless. So should you go out and buy one, particularly for this trip? Or will your smartphone be enough? Well, that really depends on you, right? It depends on your goals and your budget. And hopefully we're going to answer that question today. And if that answer is a yes, then we're going to help you with some tips and tricks along the way. So stick around to the end as there might be a special discount for some awesome photo editing software that you can use up to about 50% off right until a couple more days left for this awesome deal. So anyways, guys, I have a question for you in the chat. So guys, again, thank you for being here. The people who are already in the chat. If you are new here, please type new or subscribe either into the chat or into the comments afterwards. And I will personally reply to your comments there. So thank you so much. Adrian's going, vocals are good and suggestively seductive, yes, or something else. Yeah, that's this is Spock eye right there, guys. Awesome. Let us know where you're from, but we're gonna start off with my first question right now. Do you use your smartphone as your main camera? Okay, so is this the one that you're mainly taking pictures with? Is it your daily driver? Is it your only camera, basically your main camera? If not, what do you use? Let me get a little bit of water here as I'm getting hot. All right, so let us know in the chat below what camera you use. Is your smartphone your main camera? All right, so let's look at this idea. Okay, so if you're going to use your smartphone as your main camera, what are the pros and cons, right? Okay, so let me just think of a few. Okay, pros. Well, mostly everybody's got a smartphone nowadays. Even little kids here in Japan have smartphones for sure. And it's always with you, right? It's like keys, wallet, smartphone. I usually panic if I leave the house and I don't have my smartphone with me, right? Like that's kind of like an essential. We're all cyborgs, right? In that sense. So it's always with you. I can whip it out real quick. I usually have 2 swipes. I use an iPhone, right? So, oh yeah, and I better double check. Okay, so yes, my iPhone is on. And Here, actually, I can show you I can share my iPhone screen right now. Okay, actually, we're gonna be looking at this later in the live. But if I can just swipe up here, and I got like a shortcut to my camera, and boom, it's done, right? So, and yeah, it's kind of messy in the background there. Sorry about that. But yeah, I can just in 2 swipes, I'm ready, and I can take a shot for sure. I can get ready for the shot. Oh, that's a new camera angle that I'm kind of getting used to and trying out with. All right, and so it's always with you. It's connected to the internet, right? Obviously, if you have a Wi-Fi or if you have a cell phone plan. Now, if you're traveling, we'll talk a little about that later, but you know, all these phones are interconnected with the web. You can edit right on it. You know, there's tons of apps. Usually the in-app, what do you call it? The the built-in camera app usually has some sort of editing, right? And then, you know what? Newer phones are getting better and better. I remember when I used to look for the newest. I'm heavily into the Apple community, Apple ecosystem. So obviously I'm gonna go Apple, right? And I'm looking for which phone has the best camera, and it's usually the most expensive one, the biggest one. This iPhone Plus, Max Pro, on steroids, whatever. And that was the main selling point. I'd be paying extra just for that camera function. And every year they get better and better. I mean, Lady Gaga made a whole music video just shot on an iPhone. People film whole movies on an iPhone. And I'm not saying it's just iPhone. I'm saying all smartphones, they are pushing the envelope for their camera technology. And one last thing, functionality. And one big thing is HDR. Okay, that's H to the D to the R. If you don't know what that means high dynamic range. And what that means is basically, it's kind of like able to see all of the bright areas and the dark areas in the same picture. Because usually with a camera, that's really hard to do. It's hard to pick up like a bright sky and your subject in the foreground and have everything balanced. Usually, like, you'll have the sky, even though it's beautiful clouds and stuff or sunny, it'll usually be all white. It'll be blown out, as they say, and you'll have your subject in focus, or the opposite. You can focus on the sky, and that'll be really beautiful. You get all the clouds, but your subject will be too dark. So HDR kind of tries to remedy that, and also makes the colors a lot more vivid and saturated. Yeah, it's a really pleasing effect. You can do that really simply. Like, basically, it's a setting in a lot of smartphone cameras. Okay, so let's get to the chat here, and then we'll get to the cons. Okay, so awesome. I see a few people in the chat already. Adrian saying, I do use my smartphone, but have a Canon PowerShot. Whoa. I was on a live stream with my good friend Tony Locke the other day. So he's based in Utah in the States. And he was telling me, yeah, like his first camera was a PowerShot, Canon PowerShot. Or is it a Nikon PowerShot? It was Canon PowerShot, right? Sony had a CyberShot. That's it. That's the similar one, right? Dude, that's awesome. Canon PowerShot. Is it black or silver? That I'm just wondering about that. Mark, my cousin. Oh, we gotta give shout out for my cousin Mark. All right. Can you guys hear that? Is that loud enough? Let me do that one more time. Yeah, I didn't want to blow your ears, but it is out there. Mark saying, I use my smartphone but have a Sony A6400. Awesome, dude. Okay, so you say you use your smartphone, but you have this other really good phone, and you were telling me earlier that, like, when you travel, your smartphone is like your second or maybe third camera. Boo. Love you, man. So maybe it's not your main driver when you travel, but it's always with you, so that's cool. Ricky is saying, I use a Google Pixel 4a. Awesome. It's my go-to camera, phone, music player, and home control device. Dude, this is like your central nervous system. It's like doing so much for you. I totally get it. Thanks, Ricky. Awesome. And let's see. Oh, Jason in the house. Jason's like, there's some crowds there. Jason's like S21 Ultra. Okay. I'm not too familiar with these other brands, but I've heard their names, and I heard that Ultra is a beast, right? That is it the top of the line one, maybe? Yeah, so awesome, dude, awesome. You guys help me out, because like when it comes to like non-Apple smartphones, I get lost in the woods. So you help me. So Pixel is Google, S21 Ultra is Samsung. Am I right there? All right. Anyways, help me out, guys. Michael S says Clean Bandit made a music video from a Windows 10's mobile phone. That's awesome, dude. That's great. I had no idea. Windows 10's mobile phone. That is crazy. Adrian McGill says, if a camera has 4K resolution, you can use it to add virtual effects at a near professional level. Okay, so yeah, that's something we're gonna look at later. So if your smartphone camera has really good resolution, which means really good detail, you can edit it so that you can add stuff later to make it look super crazy. Yeah, that's the whole, I think that's a really integral part of smartphone photography. I think when it was starting out, I heard it termed iPhoneography, but it's not just limited to iPhones anymore. You know, they had their series shot on an iPhone. It's getting harder and harder to tell nowadays. I've seen some really famous, photography YouTubers, Matt Happy Meal. I can't pronounce his last name right now, but he's a cool guy from Finland, based in Canada, but went back to Finland. I don't know what he's up to now. But anyways, him and his brother did a side-by-side with the flagship smartphone, iPhone, and a DSLR camera, and tried to edit them so that it was hard to tell which is which. It's getting harder and harder. There are differences and there are limitations, and we'll get to that in a second. So thank you, dude. And yes, my camera is black. Thank you for letting us know. Awesome. Okay, so anyways, thank you guys for all your comments. Please keep the chat going. We're going to go to the cons of using a smartphone as your main camera, okay? So let's balance this out. So I know when I'm using my smartphone, it drains the battery a lot. I mean, I'm using it for anything, but for photography, especially for video, it drains the battery. So you're going to need to bring some sort of external battery power bank or a power pack or something with you. So you're adding a little bit more bulk, right? I know there are some cases that have the battery, kind of built into it. So that's a little bit more of an elegant solution, but you're carrying that extra weight in your hand all the time. They're small. They're like, sometimes they're slippery. They can be easy to drop. You can break it, or lose it for that matter. So yeah, just kind of, when you put all your eggs in one basket, if that egg breaks, like, it's gonna stink. And the other big thing is like poor low light performance. So often these smaller cameras, whether it's a smartphone camera or like a GoPro or these other little pocket cameras, like look at this guy, the 1 Insta360 Go 2. I love this camera, but they need a lot of light to perform well. And I think at the moment it's getting better, but low light is the bane of all these. And it's because of the small sensor size, right? You got less light that it's able to pick up on in the first place. So when it gets lower light, it's gonna be kind of grainy. You're not gonna have a stable footage. It's not impossible, and we'll see if there's some workarounds to that. But yeah, low light performance is kind of an Achilles heel, a weak point there. And what else did I write down here? Oh, that's right. So you might have really good resolution, but the fact that your sensor size is a little smaller, if you try to blow that up, like, it's harder to like do a full print on like canvas or like really big poster size, something you might want to hang on a wall. The quality is not going to be as good as on like a DSLR or a mirrorless. So it's harder to blow up and print out. It's just because of the sensor size, really. All right, so let's go back to the chat a little bit, guys. Michael is saying, I'm using a Huawei Mate 20X. Nice. It's the biggest screen I could find. Wow, that's awesome. Like, is this like in the realm of phablet? Okay, I knew that was a thing back then. It was like a hybrid between a phone and a tablet. So it's like basically like an iPad mini size in your hand. I don't know. Huawei, yeah, they make some amazing phones and amazing technology as well. Adrian's saying, I don't know if there are any smartphones out there that you can get lens extenders on to change lens sizes, but a friend friend of mine was saying that there was one out there. Okay, so wow, you guys are getting a little ahead of the game. Yes, but that is a very cool point. So that's the thing, right? Like, if you're able to add accessories to your lens to make it more enhanced, I mean, that would be a game changer, right? And so third-party companies have already done that. They've made clip-on lens. I think I'll bring one out later. I actually got one from the Daiso. So Daiso is a 100 yen shop here. I remember when these lenses first came out. I'll have to take it out of my bag somewhere. I forgot where it was. But they used to be way more expensive. Like, you could get them in special camera shops, but Daiso is selling them now. I don't know how good the quality is. It's a little clip-on thing that you put on top of your main lens, and it has a macro and micro and ultra-wide features to it. But, you know, it seems like, again, like the flagship phone models, like the iPhone, what is that now, 13? I'm rocking an iPhone 7 Plus, so I don't know. But at that time, that was the best camera. But now a lot of the new cameras have like 2 or 3 different cameras for that exact same thing. So one's a wide, one's a macro, one's, I think, giving you more light. So yeah, definitely, Adrian, that's the thing. There's this thing called an Alice camera. Let's see if I can find that. So what I talked about this again in a different stream, but what an Alice camera is trying to bridge that gap between a smartphone and a DSLR. Okay, so what it is basically a big, nice big lens. I think it's a prime lens, and it has a little bit of a housing, and then you slap your smartphone into the space, and the smartphone becomes the screen. And it's talking Bluetooth to the smartphone, but getting all the image on this bigger sensor size. It's crazy. Alice phone. Let's see if I can find it. Alice phone. You know, speaking of Alice, a lot of people do akin being in Japan as like kind of Alice in Wonderland type of experience. So I've heard that. Oh, there's an Alice camera. I'm sorry, Alice camera. Let's see if I can find a good enough picture here. Okay, hold up. Okay, let's see if I can, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna share my desktop here. This camera is, and the main thing is like this big lens, and hopefully you can see my mouse. And it has this housing, and then you slip, I think, any smartphone into it, and I think there's probably an app that you have to install on it, and it allows you to use that awesome lens. I mean, this is basically a DSLR lens that can talk to your smartphone, and now you're using the smartphone LED as the back screen. It's touch compatible, and it has all those pros that we talked about earlier. You know. You're able to edit it right there really easily, you know, use whatever apps you want, and then upload it to, yeah, say Facebook or Instagram or your favorite social network systems. I think it's still in its early stages, but, you know, this could be one viable option in the very near future, right? So that's the Alice Cam. And but we'll show you a whole bunch of other options when it comes to accessories as well. Awesome, guys. And Michael's like 7.2 inches. I don't know if that's suggestively seductive, but that's a big screen, dude. You got a big screen. Okay, anyways, awesome. Okay, so let's say, for example, that you're coming to Japan and you're like, okay, I don't know if I want to buy a dedicated camera. I don't know if I should upgrade to a full one, but okay, let's just go. Maybe I'm gonna buy a camera in Japan. A lot of people think of that too. I'm gonna buy one there. I've seen other YouTubers say you might actually want to buy it overseas. There are a couple reasons for that. Even though you think, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy a new Sony camera in Japan, it might be more expensive. And with my Sony A7C, the menu is all in Japanese. And I do read and speak a little Japanese, but still, I wish I had the option to change it to English. I don't know why they do that. I heard there's a reason for it, like to keep the production cost down or something. Don't region lock your cameras, Sony. Come on. and your PlayStations. Anyways, but yeah, it's kind of weird. The next question is, let's talk about these things since we're segueing into that. Accessories. Okay, so if you got your smartphone, you're using it mainly as a camera. So let's think about the camera functionality. What accessories do you use? And or if you don't have any accessories, or you're thinking of getting accessories, what accessories would you need for travel? Let me know in the chat below, and we'll get back to you in a bit. But hold on, there's one more comment that Michael just put up here, so let me check that out. Pew pew pew. Michael is saying the Moto Z series has moto mods. Ah, yes, I heard about this. Though a few years old now, has a Hasselblad add-on, a 360-degree camera add-on, and a Polaroid mini print add-on. Nice. The Hasselblad add-on sucks the battery like a vacuum. Ah, yes, I remember this. I remember a friend telling me about that. And yeah, that's the cool idea, right? You're like able to put on these other lenses and other add-ons and built in, right? There's like some sort of electronics that allows it to kind of do that. But it sucks the battery like a vacuum. Again, that's like, again, another negative of that. Okay, so anyways, let's get to accessories. All right, so yeah, let me know what accessories you use, what accessories you would use if you're going to bring your camera as the main camera. Obviously, a lot of people, the first thing they do is they put some sort of protection on that thing. Okay, so we're talking about protection. This whole stream is suggestively seductive, in other words. You put on like a case, right? So that case could be leather or hard plastic or whatever. Put something on it just in case you drop it. Sometimes it's smartphones are so slim and slippery that you just want a case just for like a grip. I know other people have gone like the full on, was it Lifebox, OtterBox route, and it's like bomb-proof, weatherproof. It's like waterproof. If I were to go near the water, I might want to bring a case that allows me to hook a little floaty device. It's basically a flotation device for your smartphone. I've seen other things that help you waterproof it, that you can bring it onto the water, like little kind of Ziploc type of more professional Ziploc bags where you can still access and touch the screen because it's capacitive when you're underwater and stuff. But yeah, your phone's gonna sink if you're in water, so think of those type of accessories if you're gonna go near the water. Battery pack, power pack. Well, let me show you a few pictures that I took to show you examples of that. But I'm gonna talk about them. A portable Wi-Fi router. Or a SIM card if you're traveling to Japan. Now, Wi-Fi is not as ubiquitous, not as like it's there everywhere, it's free everywhere. It's kind of spotty here and there in Japan. So like, if you go in Canada, you're like at any Tim Hortons, you're at any Starbucks, there's gonna be free Wi-Fi. Most of the coffee shops do have some form of free Wi-Fi, but it's not as like easy to access all the time, where it's like weird, you have to register every 30 minutes. And it's kind of spotty, so you might want to make sure that you have your own internet. It's really useful just to have, for directions and look things up, as well as offload all of the photos that you're gonna have, right? And we'll talk about that a little bit later as well. Yeah, and we talked about external lenses, maybe like a clip-on lens. The camera company, the third-party camera accessory company called Motion makes really nice lens that are not clip-on, but you buy their special case and they kind of twist on. A little bit more expensive, I think way better quality and more consistency with their products, but they have a whole bunch of photography related things, and especially lenses, modular lenses just for that. Yeah, Adrian's like, as you mentioned, battery life is a consideration. Yeah, so a recharger pack would be a good idea. If you could find one that is charged off solar panels, that would be cool. Okay, right. That's a really good point. These battery packs, let me actually show you the little accessories thing that I made here. Oh, we're playing some music? What's going on? Oh, I didn't mean to play music, but sure. Let's do that. Right, so this is an accessory that I think not a lot of people think about. Let me move my camera here. This is like a ring placeholder. Let me turn the music down. that you kind of you stick on the back of either your case or the smartphone. It's like a little ring thing. I saw them start to gain traction here in Japan like 2 to 3 years ago, and what this does is that it kind of hooks into one of your fingers while you're using it, and it's like auto lock, kind of like the way you grip it, it won't allow the phone to fall out as easily. And you can see these are American prices, pretty cheap. Have you guys seen this accessory before? I haven't used one, but my wife uses one. A lot of people in Japan I see have them. It seems pretty ubiquitous here. It also doubles as a little bit of a stand. You can like pull the ring bit out. This one is magnetic, so you can get this little accessory on the right. If you have it on a car, and it'll magnetically stick to that. So that's another mounting option. So they bring accessories, ring holder, finger kickstand. Whoa, the music going nuts. Sorry guys, like I said, oh, you can't hear over the music, so sorry about that. Yeah, so this is the ring holder accessory that allows you to kind of anchor it. Basically put the iPhone, if you liked it, you better put a ring on it, and you it goes in your middle or fourth finger or whatever, and it kind of locks it in place while you're using the phone, and you can kind of freely do this kind of stuff. I don't know why the music's playing right now. Again, sorry about the technical difficulties. But it's nice to have background. Right, I was brown out music. I did bring it down now. Hopefully that is much better. Sorry, guys. And the next one is Wi-Fi. Okay, so I don't know, in a lot of countries like Southeast Asia, Japan, you can rent these portable Wi-Fi routers. So it's basically Wi-Fi in your pocket. They're usually up to like 4G speeds right now, and I think once 5G, it's already rolled out in Japan, but hasn't really been taking off completely yet. But yeah, you can rent them with these online companies. You can get them at the airport. They're quite easy and I think reasonable. Like if you're here for maybe 2 to 3 weeks, so it's not going to cost too much. I would go that route personally, but it is something else you're going to have to lug. Or if you have an unlocked phone, you can get a SIM card with these companies as well. Again, you can get them at the airport as well. So those are options to keep you connected. And a pro tip, if you're going to be taking a lot of photos on your phone, you might run out of space. Today we're going to talk about photos mainly. This is a series that was spawned from a question that Tony, my friend Tony Locke said. It's like, should I bring my camera to Japan? I'm like, yeah, you definitely should. But I was thinking, okay, he's mainly a photographer, and I'm getting into video now, obviously. And I'm thinking, okay, let's make a series for photography, but later we're going to come back and do the series for video. And a lot of people are hybrid shooters, right? So if you're shooting video and photos, you're definitely going to be using a lot of storage space, like really quickly. So to find some sort of way to either get that data off so you can keep the photos but still keep snapping new pics. If you're in the iPhone ecosystem, I would suggest maybe like the cloud, iCloud. If you a lot of people bring their laptops or an iPad, you can transfer that through cloud sharing with AirDrop. And if you're wired, there's another easy solution you can do if you're on a Mac. But if you have Android or other phones, they usually have a SD card where you can just pull it out, and that's super simple. You just put in a new SD card, I guess. But yeah, so you have to think about that as well, where you're gonna, offload all your stuff to. Okay, yeah, sorry about the music there, guys. So it's a technical difficulty day, but we're doing our best. Okay. So let me know what accessories you guys are considering of getting. Maybe some of these are new ideas to you. Now, there's two more accessories that I haven't talked about yet. One being this guy. All right. Do you guys know, ka-chink, ka-chink, what this is? Let me know in the chat, okay? And yeah, what is this? It's like, I'm a robot, here we go. And the other thing is, Okay, little bit of an unboxing here, but we talked about low light performance. You know, I'm a big person who takes pictures of their food a lot. So I guess what do you call it? Food porn. And often what I'm trying to do, my goal with food porn, food photography, let's go back to the main screen here, is to make it look as pleasing, as mouth-watering and seductive as possible, delicious as possible. So having an external light with you is key. So what I'm opening up here is like basically around a $20 US light. This one was on sale on Amazon. It came with an actual a stand. Ooh, okay. Oh, and actually this is a little different version. I'm gonna have to do a proper kind of side-by-side comparison with the one I use in the background. Okay, so these are little portable LED lights. I don't know if this has any charge in it. I think it does. Boom. Okay, and this one is RGB, so it does all the different colors. You can see on my face there. I actually use one of these on the stream all the time. You just turn it off. Okay. I use one of these behind these Star Wars figures, and this was basically a really portable solution for getting nice lighting, especially when you're taking food photos. Okay, often what I do if I don't have this around, but it's really small, it's really light, it's plasticky, it's about 20 bucks. Charges, it's got what, 2000 milliamp battery. It lasts quite a while. I have this on like almost full blast during the streams, and I just pop it in and charge it after. But yeah, if you are taking a lot of selfies, if you're taking a lot of food photos, I definitely recommend a small little pocket light. And this can also double as just an emergency light if you are going hiking, if you're going out into nature and you happen to be caught out after dark. This is a pretty cool solution. Boom. All right, and this one has a little bit more functionality than the others. So it's all about light, you know. That's what we do when we capture photos and video. We're kind of painting with light. We're capturing the light. All right, so Adrian says, what about different apps? Yes, Adrian, that is the last part of this series today. We are going to talk about all the different apps, photo editing apps, as well as another kind of secret app that I'm using recently. It's kind of like wizardry, and I'll give you a little bit of a discount for that right now. It's a discount up to 50% for another couple days. But yes, so yeah, tell me guys, do you know what this is? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, well I'm gonna let you know. I've got a little video actually. So I've got it so that you can see my iPhone screen, and again we're gonna see the video there. You tell me what this is. We're gonna look at their official kind of trailer commercial. So let's check that out. All right, here we go.
Welcome back to KVXM Los Angeles, all traffic, all the time. For those of you heading on home to that special someone, here's some traffic update for downtown Los Angeles. The time is 7:30 p.m. There's a bit of build-up on 110. Passengers,
请您再次扫码认证，同步乘车信息。
All right, guys. Yes. So I see a few people in the chat asking about what this is. Okay. So Ricky says it looks like a mechanized selfie stick. Yeah, that's the exact same one I have in my hand. That's a really good description of it. A mechanized selfie stick. Adrian saying it's a handheld camera stabilizer. Yes. Are we getting closer? Are we getting warmer? Michael S is saying gimbal or something similar. Michael, you got the exact word that it's called. Yeah, it's a Michael. No, it's a gimbal, and it acts as a handheld stabilizer. This particular one is the DJI OM4, Osmo Mobile 4. They kind of drop the Osmo and they keep that. And this is the newest one. It's about, I would say, 150 US, and this is basically a selfie stick on steroids. I had the older one. This you can actually pick up. It's not collapsible. It's a little bit more heavier, and comes with a little base that you have to buy separately. Whereas this one actually came with a little twist-on tripod. Actually, I broke it when I was snowboarding. Now, I mainly bought these for video, but oh, well, that's interesting. I'll get back to Michael's comment in a sec. I would see there's a great functionality with the newest one, okay, that allows you to take really great selfie shots. You could see, I think from the video there, it's voice activated. It tracks your face. I think you can do like this gesture and it will take the photo. But I've also used it hiking and taking amazing stable panorama shots. You can do like the common like 1, 2, 3, 4, or to 6 panorama, but it'll take a 3x3 panorama. So it'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just amazing stuff. And then if you get into videography, it's even more versatile. But yeah, the good thing about a stabilizer in photos is it actually allows you to take really clear images because you don't get a lot of shake. It's kind of fighting that shake that you always get when you push something. But wow, Michael, you said they banned that stuff at GM Place Rogers Arena. Okay, so that's a stadium back home in Vancouver. Thanks to people blocking others' views. Yeah, I could totally see like everybody's like got their things out, and these things, definitely would get in the way. But that is an option. I mean, if you're a hybrid shooter and you're thinking of getting a gimbal, a stabilizer, I would say that this one is actually a pretty good one. The other cool function about this is that the charging port, if you use a USB-C out to your phone, you can also charge your phone. So the battery in here acts as an external battery as well. And these things last quite a lot of hours. I've never had it run out on me. The cool thing about this one is a lot more portable. They thought a lot about the design. Folds down, and yeah, it's all magnetic like they were doing here. So you can put this clip on the back of your phone, just put it in, clips in, and ka-chink, boom, you're off to the races. It takes a little getting used to these things. I might do an independent review of these because actually I bought it mainly for snowboarding. I had this guy snowboarding, lost this as I bailed. I crashed after a jump and it came out of my pocket. I actually had it in my snowboard jacket pocket on the inside, and it came out somewhere, and we went back and tried to find it in Japan, and it was gone. It was gone. So that was my second one, and this is my third one. I don't use it all that often now personally. Whoops, because it's not my main daily camera. But if you're into getting cool shots while traveling, I don't know if I'd bring this out with me every day, like daily. But traveling, this might be a really cool option. Yeah, but think about it if you're in a place where it might be banned. So that's one thing, and the portable light. So a gimbal and a portable light, something you might be thinking about. Okay, so let's talk about apps. Yes, Adrian was like saying, what about different apps? Okay, so that's my next question here. Of course, when it comes to uploading your photos to SNSs or sharing them with people, what apps and software do you use to edit your photos? Okay, so let me know in the chat and we'll get back to that. But so what I'm going to do next is kind of like a little photo demo. I'm going to talk and show you a few different apps that I use. But let's talk about the apps. So first of all is like just the built-in app on your phone. So the camera app in iPhone allows me to do a lot of edits that you would see like on Instagram, where you're adding filters, you're cropping it, you're changing the size, you're adding a vignette. And there's like a magic wand function as well that just kind of magically, makes it look better. That's kind of cool as well. All right, so those are apps on the phone specifically, and a lot of people then start to bring those to a computer. The computer app that I'm using right now is Luminar AI. It's actually AI integrated software that does even more crazy wizardry, like one click press, change the sky to like new clouds, or change it into a sunset, or make the skin look beautiful, but not everything else in the background gets affected. It'll know what is the human in the photo and won't touch everything. You can do a lot of these edits in things like Photoshop, Lightroom, but it's going to take you like probably 10 or 15 minutes. Even if you know what you're doing, it takes a lot of steps. But with Luminar AI, it's like bam, one press and you can adjust it. It's all sliders. I'll give you a little demo there as well. What else is there? And then you can go creative with your apps. There's a lot. There's just so many. Now this is where the technical stuff went wrong, and that's why I was a little bit late. So what I'm doing is basically I'm showing you my iPhone screen, and okay, you can see that there. I'm gonna turn to the side, okay, and I'm gonna turn on the camera. Okay, so again, we're just gonna look at a few. This is Baby Yoda. A few kind of general tips to make your shooting better. Okay, so. But we're also going to look at editing. Okay, so yeah, we got my Stream Deck in the background. That'll be my background. Whoop, woo, Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda, baby. Whoop, okay, I took a photo by accident. Okay, so one quick tip is if you've got grid lines, let me turn off that question here. If you got grid lines, this is a good way to kind of help you compose your shot. Okay, we're talking about the way it looks in the frame, right? Composition. Okay, are you guys able to see Baby Yoda now? Yeah, is everything cool there? And you see my face and all? All right. So what these grid lines are doing, and I have it in square mode right now, so let me put it in like the regular 16:9. Okay. What these grid lines can do, you can turn them on and off in your camera settings. Is it gives you it breaks the screen into thirds. Okay, and there's this thing called the rule of thirds. So if I had Baby Yoda, like his face mainly in the center, okay, let's take a pic right now. Boom. That's okay. It's lovely. A lot of people do that. He's like dead center, right? His face, that's mainly the main attractive point here. But if you just shift that over to where maybe his eye or his nose or the place you want to focus on is in one of the crosshairs. So in one of where the straight up and down and sideways lines meet, where they converge. If you do that, then, right. Oh, okay. A lot of people are saying connection problems. What's going on here? Let me just double check. Yeah. Oh. F5 for fix. Okay. So a lot of people, are you guys back in the stream? Did the stream die? Looks like we got a few people. Let me know if you can still see in the stream. You're saying, thanks, Ricky. Awesome. Right. But if you put like the area of interest in the crosshairs, that's going to look a lot more dynamic. And if you can pull back and do things like that, that's going to help it out. You can go put him in the crosshairs there, crosshairs there, crosshairs there, that kind of thing. If you can't get the subject in the crosshairs, you can put the subject in one of those those boxes. There, that can work too. But the rule of, oh, thanks guys, thanks so much. I don't know what happened. Thank you so much for being back. The rule of thumb is basically dead center is deadly. You don't want to put everything in the dead center. There are times where you do, and you want to have it kind of more. Let's do a smaller subject here. Captain America. This is the gotcha that Adrian. Andrew Guys, I'm kind of flustered today. Andrew gave me the gotcha Captain America, okay? So if his face, or if his A is the target, I would put that in the crosshairs. In the middle, he's okay. He's okay. But he's just not as dynamic as that, okay? All right, so those are just quick things. Let's look at, let's see. All right, let's look at one more thing. Now, this is a cool thing we got at Den Town the other day. It's a little Pokemon eraser set that you actually, like, you fill it up. It's 400 yen. You fill it up with all the different Pokemon erasers. You can see a few Pokemon heads there. A lot of those are Pikachu. Oh, there's Eevee, right? So same kind of thing. If Eevee was the main thing, I would put her in the crosshairs, okay? Here's another thing you can do on an iPhone. I don't know in other smartphones, but if you long press, like hold down on a certain point, it'll like kind of keep that area more in focus. And if you long press, you'll see at the top middle, it'll say AEAF lock. That's auto exposure, auto focus lock. So your focus won't, like, move to the background, to the Stream Deck, or won't move to the foreground. It'll like lock it in place. So I usually like to long press on things, 1, to keep that locked, and 2, if that's in focus, the rest of the background is going to be out of focus. It's going to get that blurry bokeh. And that's a very indicative shot of DSLR cameras, but it makes it, really easy to find the subject. I'm going to focus lock it on Eevee. Boom. Put Eevee in the crosshairs. And there you go. Okay. Now, there is an on-screen button that you can see is kind of the circle at the right. You can do that if you press really lightly, keep it in focus, not getting a lot of shake. But a lot of people, they kind of like pound on it so that the camera shakes and you get a blurry your thing. On the iPhone, the volume up and volume down buttons act as a secondary trigger. So I usually just squeeze one of those. So a little shake there too. But yeah, try to get that. You're trying to kind of make yourself as stable as possible, basically. Let's go back to Baby Yoda, because I think Baby Yoda is a really cool subject. Okay, let's get Baby Yoda like really close up. Oh, sorry. Woo. Okay. I hope you guys are still able to see things on the stream. I don't know what's going on with. This is the most kind of complicated setup I've done so far. Okay, let's get. Yeah, okay. Let's do one more. Okay, with Baby Yoda in the foreground, a little bit of background there. Okay, I've set him up. Boom. Okay. All right. So, thank you guys for bearing with me. I'm going to now go to one of the creative apps. Well, actually, okay, we'll go into the camera app first. All right, so you see my camera roll here. And if we look at the last Baby Yoda one, I go into edits, top right, edit. So this is the camera app function. Yeah, and I can just hit the wand and boom. It's there, right? Technically, what I usually do, my kind of thing that I like to do is I add a vignette. So I go down here. This is very similar to what you'll find on Instagram and whatnot. And I'll just add a vignette, make the corners a little darker so that you're focused more on the subject. Okay, here's a white vignette. You can see the bottom left corner going white, but I just add a little bit of vignette, not too much. Some people don't like that, but I personally do, and that becomes my style. And boom, I'm done, and then I can share that to any kind of SNS. Okay, but if you want to get a little bit more creative, thank you guys for coming back. I don't know what the technical difficulties happen there, but what I often do is, okay, let's look at this awesome app called Percolator. So what it does is it kind of mimics coffee bubbles, when you brew coffee and the top of it gets all bubbly. So I think this is a free app. I can't remember. I haven't used it in a while, and I don't know if it's completely free or it might have been really cheap. So you got all the options at the bottom here. It only does it in kind of up and down mode, portrait mode. But if I start here, it'll access my camera roll. I'll go into the Baby Yoda, and it will percolate it into bubbles. Oh, I love that little effect. All right, so Baby Yoda is now like little bubbles, and yeah, you can change the bubbles. They have 3 different settings, kind of the left, middle, and right. You can change the type of bubbles. It's a fine, medium. I love how they use all the different coffee terminology. Colored gels. Oh, that's cool. And it'll apply it right away. Circles. Charmed. Ishihara. I love that. Maybe, I don't know if Ishihara is an actual artist or whatnot. Rings. Oh, that's kind of a more trippy one. Let's go to overprint. Whoa, now we're getting a more abstract. That's kind of cool. Yeah, and then you can, check the grind. Again, whole bunch of different variations. You can put lightest, darkest. I just love that. 3/4. Yeah. So I like the Ishihara one personally. I think that looks a bit more kind of funky. Let's make him, make him into soy. What does he look like? Soy. Whoa. Okay, that's not even Baby Yoda anymore. Let's get some extra fine bubbles, and then I love this. This is like a little regrind button. What's this? Oh, the magic spoon does some random effects. That's so cool. Wow, I haven't used this in years, and it's so fun. Holy crap. Rings. Okay, and then it says regrind. So if I hit regrind, oh man, it'll reprocess it. Oh, these animations are cool too. I never even knew about that. Wow. Okay, and then you can just you can upload this to Facebook or whatever. I do that to for sure. Let's do Facebook right now. Boom. And then you're done. And that's the kind of okay, hey, there you go. Add to shared album. Okay, Facebook. There we go. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sure, let's go to your story. Boom. And that's how fast and easy it is. Okay, I might again lose you here. I don't know with all of the technical details here if it's pushing my system or whatnot. Okay, so that's Percolator. You can do the in-app one. You can do Instagram. There's so many. So just go to your own app store. Go to free camera apps, and you can get super duper creative with it. If you want to go more advanced, one camera app that I used to use a lot before Instagram was a thing is Camera Plus, and it's hard to find just because the way it's written is camera with a plus sign. I think it's free, and then it wants to access my camera. It's free, but then you can unlock different filters. This was basically before, all the messy background stuff. Let's go back to Baby Yoda here. Basically, before Instagram was a thing, I just took a photo there. Bottom left. Oh, this is pictures of Jerome and Anne when they came to Japan. Oh, that's cool. Let's use one of these. So Jerome and I don't know if you're watching now, but I'm going to try to edit one of them. Sweet. Okay, again, top down. That was us in Kyoto after staying there one night. Again, I mean, these photos, these are memories that you're capturing. So this was so cool. This is pre-corona, obviously, and we found this cool cafe. It was like the Meat Cafe or something like that. But with this particular one, it's like, again, Instagram filters on steroids. I often will put on like clarity, maybe put on a few filters just to make it retro looking. Whoa, that's cool. Okay, I don't like that one as much, but I love, whoops. You know, this is kind of the idea here, right? So filters, retro. I like the one on the left that kind of gives it a kind of nice retro vibe. It's the hipster one, of course. And then, you can go into advanced as well and just dial that in the way you like it. I like a little bit of sepia there. And then on top of this, you can add a frame to it. Again, this is like Instagram on steroids, right? So let's give it a little filmic look there with the top and bottoms, and then you can add captions right here. It's like miss you guys. Boom. Add a location, Shimogyo, Kyoto. It has all the it's pulling from the metadata. Add the time, date, stay healthy, survive. Sure, let's do that. Done. And so you got a really easy way to edit that. And once you're done, then again, you can go and share that to social media. Let's go back to Facebook, and I'll just miss you guys. So that's what's going on there. Let me know in the chat what apps and stuff you guys use, because I'm interested. There are so many options out there today. But again, these are just some ideas to get you started. All right, so let me know in the chat, and I don't know what happened with the chat, with the stream. If what happened, did it kick you guys out once, or whatnot? But please, I'm gonna type something in the chat. Type to let me know you are there, and what apps do you use to edit your photos of your travels. Okay, awesome. So let's see, there's one more thing I want to ask you guys. So if you're there and you're able to type, let me know. If you guys are finding these streams valuable for you, if you're getting some sort of new information, value out of it, please go to YouTube and like, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It really does help out the channel so much. So I'm going to put that little subscribe thing in the top window. All right, and let's see how many likes we can get. We've got 3 likes so far. How many people we got in the view? If we can get like 4 likes, I would like to, pop open a Japanese drink for you guys. This is kind of the secret Japanese item that I wanted to pop today. So Adrian, awesome, you are in the chat. Thank you, bro. And you're saying I use GIMP and Blender on the PC. Okay. So I know what GIMP is. So GIMP is like what, a free alternative to Photoshop? Is that correct? And what is Blender? I know the name. Is Blender for movies? Or is it for 3D graphics? Please help me out there. But GIMP and Blender on the PC. Are you a GIMP ninja? I know there's a lot of tutorials for GIMP. I've used GIMP before as well. And yeah, I love it. I use it to mainly cut the background out of photos. And then I use those little background icons for my online D&D sessions. Yeah. But let me know a little bit more in the chat, okay? And Adrian's like, yes, GIMP is a free alternative to Photoshop. Awesome. Photoshop with the Canadian French accent. No, I'm joking. And Blender, what is Blender? I think, is it for video or 3D models and whatnot? I'm kind of confused there. I don't use that so much. But while you're doing that, I'm going to show you the software that I've been using recently. Adrian's saying, it's coming out in the chat now. Blender is an open source alternative to just about everything with video. Awesome, dude. Thank you so much. I didn't know that. Maybe I'll have to look into that a little bit more. All right. Let me do one more demo for you guys. So I'm going to open up Luminar AI. And this is the one that I've been using a lot more lately. Now, I think it's true, like, finding free alternatives to other software. Okay, hold on. The stream is gonna get a bit glitchy while this opens up. But yeah, I mean, I know at one point, hold on, I'm gonna share my screen. One point, these software bundles like Adobe Photoshop and whatnot, they started with a new type of model here. Okay, wow, today's all about the technical difficulties here. It's not doing what I wanted to. It's probably human error. It's me. It's all good. Clear with me. Thank you. All right, so let's see it here. Okay, you guys can probably see this in the background. Yeah, so when Photoshop started doing their, like monthly and yearly subscription thing, I started looking for alternatives for sure. And GIMP was one of them. But I will pay, I don't like paying subscriptions unless it's giving me absolute value. So I think it's good for like people who are loyal to a certain software and whatnot. But, oh, I can't turn this off. Okay, that's cool. But this particular software here is using advanced AI to do some crazy things. So this is a stock photo. Let's see if I can, well, the stock photo is going to be good, but let's see if I can go into my catalog. There's Chica. That's a nice picture of her. Okay, this is Osaka Castle. I actually took this a couple of weeks ago when I was out there. And yeah, you can see some pretty cool edits already. The sky's really blue. I already kind of did this a little bit. But if I go into templates, what it'll do is it will suggest some kind of filters to put on it. So it says urban style. I'm looking at the top right, urban style, big screen, natural skies, city killers, and that's the one I have to pay for, but these other ones are already in. Let's go to big screen. Okay, atmospheric photos, it says. Okay, and it's using AI to, yeah, wow, that was fast. Okay, to kind of see what is the sky, what is the foreground, what are the details. So that's travel log. That's kind of the filter they put on. Softbox, which is the one I like, high contrast and saturated colors. Bar noir, the monochrome. Sunshine is kind of similar to softbox in this one. Dark forest, making things a little bit more bluish and green. And cold frame. There you go. Okay, but I like softbox. I often use softbox. This one's like really blue because I think it's like softbox put on twice. But if I go to the bottom right, the dots, and I go to edit, then I can kind of really go more into the details here. So the light, okay, let's bring up the exposure. It looks like the trees there, I getting a lot of shadows, which is fine. But if I want to bring those up, obviously I can go to the right. Let's go to the extreme so you can see it do its thing. There, yeah, you can see a lot more detail in the shadows now. Okay, now not a lot of these things are unique to photo editors. You get a lot of these in other places, but where this kind of stuff shines, let's bring this down, is when you're doing complex edits. Like say for example, that's a kind of cloudless day. Maybe if I wanted to give it more of a cloudy sky, I go down to augmented sky, go to sky selection. Let's make it look like Toy Story clouds. This one, give it, you know, it's working now. On the top left, you can see the Luminar logo going. Give it like about 5 seconds. Now, AI-based software right now is quite new, and so it's going to take a lot of processing power. So if you don't have a high-end, you know, a high-spec system, this is going to take a lot longer. Okay, boom. So it recognized the sky and it put those clouds in the background just like that. You could do this in GIMP, you could do this in Photoshop, but it's going to take, that's probably like a 10 to 15 minute edit depending on, you know, your stuff. There's other stock skies as well. Let's go to this sky. Let's add that in. Okay, wow, we have the contrails. That looks pretty realistic. Wow. That's another one more. Oh, that little cloud here on the left. I thought, is that a UFO? Is that, you can't see it on your monitor probably, but on mine it's pretty big. Let's do a more overcast sky. Ooh, with the sun rays. Okay. All right. So that's where it gets a bit more crazy. Those are just clouds. Let's get into, let's add a sunset. Boom. And I think it will affect, so it's affecting the sky, but it's not, it's affecting a little bit of the foreground too, I think. Okay, so you can just change that really, really quickly, really, really easily. Okay, but where it gets kind of crazy, let's get into galaxy. Oh my gosh, let us put the Milky Way galaxy in the background. Boom. I kind of like this one more, the one on the right. Okay, now that looks kind of cool. Obviously, this is a weird, impossible shot because the foreground is like all lit. But, you know, other big photography YouTubers, Peter McKinnon reviewed this software when it first came out, and he was thoroughly impressed. And he's like, you know, for beginners, this is amazing. But even for people who are advanced, some of these edits are just really quick edits. So yeah, there's just so much going on there. I can add a sun in the background. That would go nuts though. Augmented sky. Okay, now we're getting into like really crazy things. So I can put like a mountain in the background. Mountains 4. Let's do a thing. Yeah, so this is more like Photoshop ninja. I just put, it's like Mount Fuji and the sky. Okay, that's kind of more crazy. I think you can actually like go in and change. You can place the object, so you can change that where it is. Yeah, so that's nuts. So again, you're starting to composite things on really easily, and now it starts to look a little bit crazy. Obviously, I wouldn't do that. But okay, let's go. You know, a lot of people take photos of people, and okay, let's take It's one of my beautiful wife. This is us in Kyoto behind Osaka Shrine. There's a really nice shrine there, Maruyama Park. It's kind of working it right now, and yeah, it's still working. It's kind of pixelated, but once it gets in, it'll put it in dramatic fashion. It's still analyzing. So the bad thing about this software is it takes a long time, but a lot of it's done these crazy complex edits really quickly. Okay, let's go to the chat while Luminar AI is working. You know what, it didn't crash on me. I took this photo out of the actual app here. So hold on, I took a few photos with Chica recently when we went to the park just for today, and let's see if I can get a nice one of her. Let's see, just give me a sec, guys. All right, what I am doing is I am airdropping a shot that I took on my iPhone to the computer. All right, go to the catalog, okay, and just receive that. Let's open that there. And I'm going to drag it in here right now. Okay, so that's the shot I took with the iPhone in the portrait function mode, and I'm going to drop that into the software live. Again, my computer is probably like going nuts, and I'm going nuts because there's a lot of stuff going on in the background now. All right, let's go to downloads. Boom. Okay, so that's the photo that you see there. Yep. Okay. We've got like a million things open, and let's go back to Luminar AI. Can I import this? Go plus, add image. It's in downloads. There it is. Okay, boom. All right, so we added that into the catalog. All right, so that's an okay thing. When it's blown up, it's a little bit more pixelated. Okay, but it analyzes the photo. It suggests a few templates: urban style, big screen, natural skies. But actually, I have a few favorited ones. Ooh. Did it just die on me? No. It's still there. Okay, cool. Close-ups. This is for quick portrait solutions. And again, I'll show you what it does to it. So iconic, I think it's going to do a monochrome one. Let's give it a little bit of time to do its thing. Right. When it's not kind of changing, I just click on a few just to make sure that it is doing the, okay, so iconic will turn it black and white. Okay. And again, I can, the bottom right dial here, I can dial it back if I wanted to. So the more left I go, the more back to color it will be. Turn it completely off. Okay. And then the more I slide it to the right, the more monochromatic it'll be. Brush up. Now brush up is amazing. So it does all the skin smoothing, focus on the eye, the details of the hair and silhouette. Again, it's doing its thing. I've got streaming software going on at the same time. My computer is like probably being pushed to the max here, and that's all good though, because that's what I do here. While this is doing its thing, let me go to the chat here. Okay, so Adrian's like, yeah, Blender is an open source alternative to just about everything with video. Oh, yeah, we talked about that. And 3D modeling's editing. You are correct. My boy Jerome, my brother from the same mother. This is really cool. Those background edits would be tedious to do manually. Yes, for sure. And I'm not a Photoshop ninja, so this is perfect for me if I just want to get like a quick fix and get it out onto social media. Okay, featured face, so it's focusing on her face. Okay, there we go. There's the brush up. Focus. So again, we're focusing mainly on her face, and then midday. Okay, so yeah, those are all kind of cool templates. So I think Andrew had an interesting question here. What was Andrew saying? Andrew, thank you for joining the chat today, this morning here in Japan. Okay, and Andrew said, is Luminar free? Did you buy it? Yes, Luminar is not free. I did buy it at a discounted price. I got it for about, I think, 8,000 yen. But with the discount that I will give you guys right now, until I think a couple more days, and that was already discounted. It's for 2 computers you can use it on. So I'm planning to use it on this and maybe another computer in the future. And it came with other few free things with it. Right now it's probably about 5,000 yen, maybe even less. So now's a really good time to, if you're interested in something like this, to check it out. I will put the discount code right now actually into the chat. Yes, and these are my notes for you guys, and this is it right here. Shabam. And let's put it, I'm put it in the Facebook chat now. So guys, check this out. There's another couple of days you can use that, and it is kind of, I'm an affiliate with them. It's really easy to be an affiliate with them as well. By the way, you don't have to do much, and I get a little bit of a kickback, not very much. So if you do want to support the channel and you're interested in buying the software, it doesn't cost you anything, and it's up to 50% off all of their products right now. So they have HDR stuff, Luminar AI, a few other filter packs here and there. They got a whole suite of products that are really, really simple to use. Okay, guys, so let's go to the chat. Tell me what you use. Adrian, you were saying when you go to the computer, you're using GIMP and Blender. Andrew, your shots are amazing. I remember before you got your camera, you were just like on, is it your Pixel? And what were you using to edit those? And Andrew, you have a comment here right now. You're saying, I'm trying to master Lightroom. Sorry, it keeps going here and there. I'm trying to master Lightroom and Photoshop to do whatever I want with my photos. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, man. I think Lightroom and Photoshop have so much potential, but there's a learning curve, obviously, right? It's really in depth, and that's the thing. Like, I'm one of those photographers that love taking photos more than editing them, and I know that there's people who are the opposite, who like editing more than taking photos, or maybe 50-50. But I just want to get the photos out and done, and I want to take more photos. That's just me. So for someone like me, Luminar AI is a really good solution. If you're gonna, again, you're just using it for SNS and Facebook and your private stuff, maybe you don't need to get into Facebook, Lightroom and Photoshop as deep. You can go crazy deep. I know a friend, he's Dylan, if you're watching this back in the States, you are a Photoshop ninja. So our acapella group had guys and girls, half and half. And what he did with Photoshop, he switched the faces. Guys' faces on girls' bodies and changed the skin tones. And it was crazy, like Franken photo, but it looked crazy realistic. It was nuts. Andrew's saying on my iPhone, or on my phone, was using Lightroom for Android and Snapseed. Okay, nice. Yes, and they do have iPhone, iOS, as well as, I keep saying iPhone, smartphone versions of Lightroom and Photoshop, don't they? So that's really cool too. There's so many options out there. There's one more thing I wanted to show you guys actually, if I could. So again, another cool thing, and I only know with iPhone, but I'm going to share my iPhone screen again. Okay, so if I go into my favorite albums, and okay, so this is just a random selection of recent favorites I took. And hold on a second here. If you want to turn this into a really quick way to share with friends, like of course you can go one by one and then kind of thumb through them like that. But if you want to do a really fun, cool way, iPhone and I'm sure other phones have a way to turn all of this into a slideshow. So I'm going to show you that right now. It is kind of intensive, and I think this is what crashed my phone last time, but let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to select all of the items. I think there's a select all function, but I'll just select them. Oh, there, top left is select all. Selected them all. Hit the bottom left to go into more options, and if I scroll down, it says slideshow. Okay, I'm going to put it in this view. Okay, I'll have to go in top view. I'll be switching to portrait and landscape a little bit here and there. Okay. But it made a very, very, very quick slideshow out of these. Adding music. Pokemon manhole cover. That says I love Osaka. Is that the Denden town? And thank you guys for watching that stream before. Yellow submarine bottom right, Magic the Gathering shop. What's that? Yeah, that's like real wasabi, guys. Check out my Facebook post about that. Oh, and this is these old those food trucks that are just starting to come out last night. I think one was selling yakimochi, which is roasted sweet potato, and this one is kastera, a type of sweet that's in the shape of either fish, like fish or other things. And yeah, that's like one variation of that. That's magazine. I like the origami one. I don't know if it'll actually do it, and it might just break down on me because it has to reprocess it. Oh, it did it. Last time it broke down on me. I really like this one. Because it adds these animations. And I think, again, once this slideshow is made, you can save this and share this slideshow itself, right? And change the music and all of that in the options there, right? We change, let's go to push music. Awesome. Okay, so that's another option that I wanted to share with you guys. So, guys, that's pretty much it. Let's see how many likes we got in. We got 4 likes, sweet! So now that we got 4 likes, I wanted to open it up to question and answers, Q&A. So if you guys have any other comments, did you find anything useful? Do you have anything to share? Andrew is saying lens distortion app is an interesting way to add flares to your photos on phones. Awesome, thank you for sharing that. I really like lens distortion and flares. A lot of people hate it, but I try to use it as creatively as possible. And that's the thing about your photography. It's all subjective, right? Like the shots you get, some person can like, you might hate, and vice versa. And that's all art, I think. Okay, so guys, thank you for being on the stream and liking. If you haven't liked yet, go to the YouTube and give it a few more likes. But I am going to show you the special food item that we have for today. Dun, 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 dun. Give me 1 second, getting it from the background. All right. Ooh. Snap. Hey. Okay. And yeah. Hey guys. What is this? Some of you might know. Some of you who live in Japan would probably know this. Okay. What is this, guys? Let me know in the chat below if you know what this is. It is a fizzy drink here. The one on this side is, the flavor is strawberry, as you can see by the cute little strawberries in the front. And the one on this side, what do you guys think it is? Some of you might know. Okay. Now, this is a very unique drink to Japan. One for this bottle. These are actually glass, and they call this a cod neck bottle. I'm going to do an actual video on these. Okay, let me know in the chat if you know what these are. If you don't know what these are, I will let you know in a second. This is called a cod neck bottle. Now cod, I would think the fish, but it's actually not the fish. It's Mr. Cod. I know it's crazy. This is how they used to name things back in the day, right? Mr. Cod made this, so it's called the cod neck bottle. Oh, awesome. Ricky's saying, it's ramune. Yes, I think we have those here at TNT. TNT is an Asian supermarket back home in Canada. Yes, you are correct, Ricky. Awesome, dude. Applause for you. Yes. So ramune. Quick question, quick quiz. What does ramune mean? Ramune. It's written in katakana. Ramune. What does it mean? And let's vote on which one you want me to taste test. This one here is suika, and suika is watermelon, and this one is strawberry. So watermelon or strawberry, which one do you want me to try? I will show you. So Ricky, have you tried those? It's kind of an interesting way to open it and drink it, right? There's only one other country that uses this type of bottle, and it's India. India has its own version of this bottle, and they use it for a different drink. I don't know what it tastes like, but ramune in Japan, you can get them in glass or plastic now. I do recommend the glass ones because they just feel cool, feel nostalgic, right? Things with glass. And there's a little like glass marble in here that you have to kind of negotiate with, manage so that it doesn't kind of close off so you can drink. There's little notches. It's hard to kind of focus on everything. Little notches here where you get the marble in. So let me know. Let me know which one you want me to try. Strawberry or watermelon. Okay. Yes, let's go to the chat. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so I'm going to go back to the chat here. He goes, yeah, I remember the drink is very carbonated. Yeah, it is quite fizzy. You're correct. Did you like it? And how much was it back home? Here, I got these at Daiso. You can buy them at Daiso for about 100 yen. Actually, I'll show you. I do want to do another series on this. Here's another cool one that, like, they had a whole ramune thing going on. They're usually in the summer. Now they've collaborated with a crayon company in Japan called Crepas. It's their own kind of Japanese crayon company, and they got all the different colors because, like, you know, crayons is basic colors, and they don't tell you what flavors they are. So obviously this is mainly for kids. This pack, the 6-pack, was about 600 yen. And yeah, it's fun. I'm going to probably either open it on a stream or do another video to do taste tests, and we're going to drink it together, and you guys tell me which one to drink and what they taste like. So yeah, that's going to be for later. But you can find them mainly in the summertime. They start to get around, get out in the wild. Adrian Lee is like, completely off topic. Your chair looks like Darth Vader after somebody in the cafeteria takes the last chocolate donut. Very cool. Go with the strawberry. Oh, Adrian's got his vote in. Go with the strawberry. Awesome. Okay, guys, if we get one more comment in, and then we're gonna do it. But Adrian, thank you so much. I'm such a big Star Wars geek, so having you mention looks like Darth Vader after somebody in the cafeteria takes the last chocolate donut. I love that, dude. That's so creative. That's so funny. Okay, Ricky's like, I don't remember how much they cost here. I think it's about $5 Canadian. So $5 Canadian is about like 10 cents US. No, I'm just joking. And try the watermelon. Oh no, it's one watermelon and one strawberry. Okay, one thing to note, just be careful. Maybe I'll bring the broken bottle in. I've seen a guy on YouTube like saying, how do you get the marble out of here? And he like took these pliers and tried to cut open the plastic top, and I think he actually broke the neck, and it was like, it's glass and stuff, right? I don't recommend doing that, and I wasn't planning on getting the marble out because it's just a glass marble, but I had one actually in my fridge, and it started to get so cold it started to freeze, and I didn't realize it, and I put it in the fridge again to cool it. I did a couple food streams, and I wanted it as a surprise. I opened the fridge before getting ready, and it broke. It like completely expanded because of the ice. And I still have the bottle here. I will try to show you carefully. Okay, and this was a yuzu one. All right. Okay, so look at that. Yes, luckily there aren't really small shards, but that thing is sharp. This is the top of it. Okay, whoa. And the little, whoa, yeah, you can see. Try to be careful there. Little glass marble. That's all it is, man. It's just a glass marble. It's like the pearl of the ocean in my hands, yes. That's really cool, actually, the photograph. Look at all the cool reflections on that. I'm going to keep that. But yeah, I don't recommend you breaking open the bottles just to get it. This happened by chance. So I'm going to carefully put this back, and we will, if we don't get one more vote in the chat, I will just kind of choose one. Maybe I'll roll a die to randomly choose it. So yeah, there's the glass marble in the Ramune. Awesome, awesome. Okay, and I will see. Okay, no one else has voted in the chat, so I'm going to roll the die. Okay, let's go. This is a big oversized D20 Magic the Gathering. And I will do a roll of kind of honor roll. So I know I don't have the phone set up here. Could, but let's just keep it simple. Okay, 11 and above for watermelon, and 10 and below for the Ichigo. Here we go. Oh, it is a 6. 6 is it? So we are going. Can you see that? 6. Okay, 6. So we are going strawberry. Sorry, for Ricky who said try the watermelon. Maybe I'll try it on the next stream for sure. Okay, so this is how this works. You got the bottle with a bit of with the marble already in there, and it's stuck there by the pressure of the carbonated air. And then inside the wrapping is this kind of opener. Now, at first you're like, oh, so just put it in. No, it doesn't work. So the opener's 2 pieces. Okay, you want to kind of depress, push it in, and then you will dislodge the outer ring, which you're not going to use anymore, with the little depressor, right? The little kind of thing that pushes down. And you want to be careful. You don't want the fizz to get, you know, all over the place. I'm going to try to, I'm going to have some tissue underneath just in case. But you want to kind of exert your pressure on it, put it on a solid thing, and slowly let the bubbles come out. Because if you push it down, pull this up right away, it'll splash everywhere. So I'll try to do it. Can I do it midair? You shouldn't really do that, but let's go. Nice. Hold it down. Slowly let go of the pressure. Yeah, and then you're good to go. Whoa. Can you hear that fizzing? Nice. Cheers, guys. Okay, now you got, oh wow, you can see the bubbles around the marble inside. That's really cool. I mean, this would be great to photograph in video, honestly. Now you have these little grooves here, and what you want to do is you want to drink it so that the marble gets stuck. So you don't want to tip it over all the way suddenly, because the marble will go into the hole where your mouth is going to be sucking from. You want to kind of keep it lodged there. I'll try to do this on video. That's nice. And then let the liquid flow over. That's has a very nice aromatic, kind of obviously a sweet candy kind of strawberry smell to it. It's obviously artificial, but that's really nice. Now I'm going to demonstrate if you tip it over too fast. What you do is you'll suck, and the marble will get stuck in there, and your mouth will kind of get stuck. So you can see that rolling around. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna tip it over. Oh, okay, it still worked. Okay, I'll do more. It's still kind of working. I had to push my tongue back in to push the marble out. But that is ramune, guys. If you're in Japan and you want to try something, you're here around summertime, look for this. The 100 yen shops. I don't see too much in convenience stores, but supermarkets and stuff, you'll definitely find it there. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I think if we don't have any more questions, get your last comments in and I will go over them. But thank you so much for being on stream with me today. That was super, super duper awesome. I know a lot of crazy technical difficulty things, maybe because my stream's getting more complex, more weird things can happen. So I really appreciate your patience. If you're getting entertainment and value out of this, please do like and subscribe. Go to my YouTube and yeah, write a comment anytime, man. I love to hear from you guys and I love this interaction with you. Just to let you know, I stream twice a week. Saturday nights, 9 p.m. here in Japan. So that's really early Saturday mornings in North America. And Monday mornings here in Japan, which is Sunday evenings. Now, I've got a few interesting live streams coming up, so I just wanted to kind of give you guys the heads up. So, the next live stream, which will be on the 26th here in Japan, will actually be with a Japanese teacher from my online Japanese school, REN, R-E-N. Tagata Sensei, Handsome Sensei, will be giving an intermediate Japanese class. I don't know if you've studied Japanese before or you want to improve your Japanese. He's going to be like a more intermediate advanced, maybe more for formal Japanese or business Japanese. We have him with a few actual students of his, including me, and he's going to be giving us a demo lesson for intermediate and more advanced Japanese. Please do check that out. And then on the the 28th, which is the 27th North American time, another guest, Mori-san, will be here to help with basic Japanese pronunciation. I'm hoping to get a few of my friends. I know Frank, I don't know if you're watching it right now. I know it is Father's Day in North America, so thank you guys for making time to be on the stream here. But yeah, Frank's gonna be a guest as a student learning some Japanese pronunciation. Ricky, if you're free that day, please drop by. We're hoping to get Brian. I know it's a tough thing with your schedule and a lot, but do check out the next couple of streams are gonna be learning Japanese. So minasan zehi yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Ganbaro ne. Let's do our best. Let's hopefully see you on the next stream. Thank you guys for making this an awesome stream despite all the technical difficulties. Cheers, and we will see you in the next one. Peace out. Ramune. Here we go.